The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Journeyman Stud, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Tampa Bay Downs, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring a big weekend for 3-year-old classic contenders with photo finishes in both the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth Stakes and the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes. We begin with sprinting fillies and mares at Laurel Park in the Grade 2 Barbara Fritchie handicap. Centrique, the 9-5 favorite, Dave Rodman picks up the call.
La Verdad and My Wandy's Girl still running with her on the outside. My Wandy's Girl coming at La Verdad into the far turn, and Centrique is 3 lengths off the leaders in third position. Mary Meadow is fourth. Baraga's under a drive in fifth, and Flattering Bee in access to Charlie. The half in 45, 3/5 of a second, and La Verdad is trying to stay on through the stretch. La Verdad swings wide off the turn into the stretch. My Wandy's Girl and Centrique is set down on her full head of steam on the far outside. My Wandy's Girl perhaps ahead in front with a furlong left to go from Centrique, and a battling La Verdad on the inside. Fighting finish in the Fritchie. My Wandy's Girl, La Verdad and Centrique to the outside. It's My Wandy's Girl. She was second last year, big victorious this year.
My Wandy's Girl by 3 Chimneys Farm Snag and Flower Alley outfinishes La Verdad by a length. The winner under high weight of 119 pounds and Rajiv Mirage in 123 3. Winner of 13 races, including a pair of Grade 1s in Puerto Rico, My Wandy's Girl records her first stateside graded stakes victory. Runner-up in the 2013 Barbara Fritchie, the Michael Hushin trainee was making her second start off an 8-month layoff. The 5-year-old mare was bred in Kentucky by PHW Equine Investments and originally sold for $40,000 at the Keeneland November sale. A $15,000 OBS March 2-year-old, My Wandy's Girl has earned nearly $574,000 for Guillermo Barrios. Time for the Built Ford Tough Race of the Week, presented by Paul Miller Ford. Built Ford Tough for over 60 years. To Fairgrounds for the Grade 3 Mineshaft handicap. Prayer for Relief, the 2-1 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
Ground Contender, Ground Transport, Braidster, Prayer for Relief, the leading quartet. Half mile in 48 and 1/5 seconds. They enter the turn. It's Grand Contender holding on to this lead from Ground Transport as they go to 3 furlongs out in the mine shaft. Braid still right there third. Prayer for Relief is within range fourth. Still a break of 5 more to Ford Dubai, then Stefan Otzi. A Ford is dropped back. The trailers are Mr. Mardi Gras. Micromanage last to make the top of the fairground stretch. Braidster charging now. Braidster charging at Grand Contender. 3/4, 1 minute 12, and 1/5 seconds, 3/16 to go. Grand Contender digging his heels in. Braidster's a nose to the good. Ground Transport on the outside for Dubai, and farther out is Prayer for Relief, 5th of that one pace. They're inside the final 16th. It's Braidster and Rosie Napravnik from Grand Contender. Braidster to win it from Grand Contender for Dubai third.
Braidster, the winner by a length and a quarter over pace setter Grand Contender. The second graded stakes victory on the card for Rosie Napravnik. The Keeneland Sells graduate clocked in 143 4. Runner-up in the Grade 2 Indiana Derby last fall, Braidster opened this season with a sharp victory and an optional claimer at Gulfstream Park on New Year's Day. The 4-year-old colt by Lionheart was bred in Kentucky by Doug Branham. It was a $13,000 Keeneland November weanling, turned $195,000 2-year-old. Trained by Eddie Keneally, Braidster has earned $305,000 for Joseph Sutton. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Paul Miller Ford F-150. We own mornings, the barn, and the horses. We own the paddock, the farm, and yeah, we own America's best-selling truck. 37 years of truck leadership. Paul Miller Ford F-150, 18990. Point, click, drive. Always open. PaulMillerFord.com.
Just in at Castleton Lions is Grade 1 winner Justin Phillip. Justin Phillip won or placed in 12 graded stakes, earning nearly $1.3 million.
And Justin Phillip will prove best in the Count Fleet Sprint.
Justin Phillip was a true speed favoring runner, posting 9 buyers of 100 or better.
And Justin Phillip will do it.
Justin Phillip is a grandson of Sire of Sires Giants Causeway.
But it will be Justin Phillip to win the Vanderbilt.
Just in at Castleton Lions is Justin Phillip.
Caleb's bossy stride
Paul Miller Ford F-250. We own Super Duty, the tailgate, and the trailer. We own work, the farm, and yeah, we own America's best-selling truck. 37 years of truck leadership. Paul Miller Ford F-250, 26,990. Point, click, drive. Always open. PaulMillerFord.com.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Living up at the Downs. Do you like having a great time with your friends and family? Then you will have a great time. Come out to Tampa Bay Downs and you will see Thoroughbred racing, Texas Hold'em tournaments. You gotta know when to pull them. Help your golf game at our practice range. You can bet there's so much more. Tampa Bay Downs. Live it up at the Downs.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with turf racing in this segment. We begin at Gulfstream Park with the Grade 3 Canadian Turf Stakes. Ride to Luke, the 7-2 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
46 and 2, a solid half mile for Mr. Online, and Rye de Luke is a half length behind. Reload and Javier Castellano 2.5 lengths off the lead, racing at the rail. And then it's Bad Debt on the far outside. Abtal. Hampstead Heath is sent up there 4 wide. They're into the stretch, and still Mr. Online turning for home in front, getting daylight ahead of Rye de Luke. Reload coming through on the inside. Here comes Reload up the rail. It's Mr. Online. Reload on the inside. Reload to the front. Reload and Mr. Online battling back on the outside. Reload 6 for Javier Castellano.
Eclipse Award winner Javier Castellano caps off a big day as Reload gets up to defeat Mr. Online by a neck. The mile in 1:32.1, a 1:03 brisk speed rating. After making his first 15 starts on the main track, Reload is 2 for 2 on turf. The Shug McGahee trainee was a front-running 3-length winner of an optional claimer over the Gulfstream course in his latest. The 5-year-old horse by Hard Spun was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Phipps Stable. Reload has earned $327,000.
Equinice, Grade 1 winning cold therapy compression bandages. Post-race therapy draws heat away from the affected surface while cooling the treated area by as much as 15 degrees.
Next, the Grade 3 Fairgrounds Handicap. Daddy Knows Best, the 6-5 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
Half mile in 48, then 3/5 seconds, less than 3 furlongs to go. So Gentleman's Kitten has made a break from the field. Gentleman's Kitten in front to Skyring by 7, coming toward the quarter pole. Gentleman's Kitten turns them in. Skyring second, still 5 to Daddy Knows Best slip and drive. Potomac River now angled out. Hard Aces and Wide Unitarian was last into the stretch. 3/4, 112 flat. Gentleman's Kitten has dropped back toward the inside. It's Skyring who leads with a furlong to go. Daddy Knows Best charging after Skyring. On the outside is Potomac River. Inside the final 16th, Skyring finding, closing Potomac River on the outside. Potomac River nosedived on the wire.
A pair of 14-1 long shots battle it out, with Potomac River taking the photo by a nose over Skyring. Favored Daddy Knows Best third. Juan Vargas aboard in 150-2. A 45-1 winner of the Grade 3 River City Handicap for trainer Sergio Baez last fall. Potomac River was transferred to Jose Camejo for the current campaign. In his seasonal debut, he finished last of 8 in the Grade 3 Colonel E.R. Bradley Handicap. The 5-year-old horse by English Channel was bred in Kentucky by Mareworth Farm and sold for $2,300 as a maiden 3-year-old. Potomac River has earned $322,000 for Maribel Ruelas. The Spendthrift Farm Share the Upside Stallion of the Week is Line of David, a Grade 1 winner from the direct family of Mr. Prospector. Watch for his first 2-year-olds in 2014.
Private Zone hanging on to the lead. The Lumber Guys under a hard ride from second. Baz Marty, and now here's Jimmy Creed. And Jimmy Creed, orange cap, one from the inside, unbridled, note down the center. Drill running on late, but it's Jimmy Creed with a 16th to go. And Jimmy Creed in a scintillating performance today. Jimmy Creed and Garrett Gomez take the Malibu stylishly.
Since 2000, runners by Pin Oak Stallions have won some of racing's most important stakes races and include Eclipse and Sovereign Award champions. Pin Oak is home to leading sire Broken Vow, sire of over 100 stakes horses, and Sky Classic. Pin Oak also stands young graded stakes winners Cowboy Cow and Alternation. Pin Oak Stud. Stakes success is our goal.
Ashford Stud, home of the champion freshman sire in 2013, Dunkirk, whose progeny earned over $1.1 million, nearly $400,000 clear of his closest rival, with 6 individual stakes horses and 2 graded stakes winners, including Havana, winner of the Champagne Stakes and runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Dunkirk, the champion freshman sire in 2013, standing for just $15,000 in 2014 at Ashford Stud.
Share what you love about Florida.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with fillies at Gulfstream Park in the Grade 2 Devona Dale Stakes. Undefeated Only for You, the 11-10 favorite. Once again, here's Larry Colmus.
They continue up the backstretch. Only for You trying to stretch it out today. She leads the way by a length. House Rules follows in second. And then it's Aurelia's Bell. Abu to the inside. Stop Charging Maria now being asked to go. She's in fifth with 4 lengths to make up, and she's come under a ride just going evenly right now. 47-1 for the first half mile. As they round the far turn, it is still Only for You. And now House Rules draws up alongside of her. They're head-and-head on the lead. Aurelia's Bell is 2 lengths off of them, and they've left the others behind. And they're coming toward the top of the stretch. Can Only for You keep going on the lead? She turns for home in front. And Only for You gets some daylight now up front. And then it's House Rules to the outside, followed by Aurelia's Bell in third. But it's Only for You. And she's coming home with a 2-length lead. And Only for You drifting out, but winning the Devona Dale. Still unbeaten.
Despite drifting out in the lane, Only for You by Spendthrift Farm Stag and Malibu Moon stays perfect with her 2 3/4 length victory over House Rules. Aurelia's Bell third for a sweep by Keeneland Sells graduates. Javier Castellano aboard in 143 3. Now 4 for 4, including 3 wins during the current Gulfstream meeting. Only for You stretching out to 2 turns after taking the Grade 2 Forward Gal Stakes in her seasonal debut. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Elm Tree Farm and Papa Top LLC. Only for You has earned $308,000 for Glencrest Farm. Javier Castellano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. The Devoted Dale winner was consigned by Elm Tree Farm, Mr. and Mrs. Jody Huckabee agent, to the 2012 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Phase 2 Thoroughbreds for $115,000. Undefeated Only for You, the Keeneland Sells graduate of the week. To Fairgrounds for the Grade 3 Rachel Alexandra Stakes. Streaming the 3-2 favorite, John G. Dooley picks up the call.
Half mile in 47 and 4/5 seconds. They round the turn. Army is just in front of Streaming with 3 furlongs to go. Army and Streaming continue to go head-to-head. Express Model, Untappable, launching this 4-wide bid. Just in back of the front, Shannon Nicole. Ria Antonia forced out there to the 5 path and got lucky, pulled 6 wide, and now they're at the top of the stretch. Past the quarter pole. 3/4, 1 minute 12 and 3/5 seconds. And it is Untappable who's emerged with a 7-length lead now and pulling away with plenty of power. Untappable got lucky. Shannon Nicole. Ria Antonia is 4th and Express Model with Rosie Napravnik. Untappable with a big easy win in the Rachel Alexandra Stakes. She won by 10.
Officially by a widening 9.5 lengths over Got Lucky, while eased up by Rosie Napravnik. Time of the race 1:43. Her first 2 starts at Churchill Downs, including the Grade 2 Pocahontas Stakes. Untappable was eased in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. The Steve Asmussen trainee was making her first start since finishing 3rd when race favorite Streaming captured the Grade 1 Hollywood Starlet. The 3-year-old filly By Tappet was bred in Kentucky by her owner Winchell Thoroughbreds and is a half-sister to Grade 1 winner and millionaire Patio Prado. Untappable has earned $308,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including sire stats. To Sunland Park in New Mexico for the Mind That Bird Derby. In his first start against Open Company, undefeated Proceed sent off as the 6-5 favorite. Robert Geller picks up the call.
Scrubbing up on the inside of the front, and Al Sonos burst through on the inside to join D.E. Lover. I'm a Happy Strike the center. Proceed called on 4 wide. Now Rebranded starts to stoke the fire on the inside of Got Your Back. D.E. Lover's gone to the front. D.E. Lover a half. Al Sonos still there, and now Proceed 3 wide. Proceed on the outside, going to the front. Rebranded's in the clear, is really winding up strongly. Turning in the Mind That Bird Derby, and Proceed in front. Tackled by Rebranded right off the track, and then came D.E. Lover and Al Sono. Proceed and Rebranded go on as expected. Rebranded on the outside, trying to go on by Proceed, but Proceed is very feisty. And Proceed holding Rebranded the length of the stretch and pulling away. And the New Mexico bred is certainly headed for bigger and better. Proceed by a length and 3/4.
Proceed becomes the local favorite for the rich Sunland Park Derby with his 2-length victory over Rebranded. Alfredo Juarez Jr. up in 142 2. The New Mexico bred colt by Desert God broke his maiden by 14.5 lengths, first asking at Zia Park, and concluded his juvenile campaign with a 4 3/4 length score in the Red Hedeman Mile at Sunland Park. Trained by Joel Marr, Proceed has earned $140,000, racing for his breeder, Michael Stinson. Proceed paid $460 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Back to Fairgrounds for the Grade 2 Risen Star Stakes. Vickers in trouble, the 2-1 favorite, off his victory in the Grade 3 Lecomte Stakes. Once again, here's John G. Dooley.
Albano's quarter was 24 and 1/5 seconds. Albano leads by a neck. Rise Up is right there with Albano. They're tracked by Vigorish in 3rd by 2. Gold Hawk Fourth, a steady advance on the outside, Son of a Preacher. Then comes Vickers in Trouble, who's 9 lengths off the pace, going past the half mile. Inside Vickers in Trouble is Intense Holiday. Then Commanding Curve, Flat Gone. Opportunity still in the back half of the field with Wide Extra Luck. Quick Indian. Then comes Interchange. Emmett Park is the distant. Half mile in 48 seconds flat around the far turn. Albano goes. Albano in front of the 2.5. Between horses, Rise Up. Right there on the outside. Vickers in Trouble at the point of attack. As they turn for home, Vickers in Trouble, this sweeping move. Albano cut the corner. On the far outside, Intense Holiday with Gold Hawk. Rise Up toward the rail. On the far outside, Commanding Curve and Opportunity down the center of the track. Into this final Fairgrounds furlong. Albano, Vickers in Trouble, Intense Holiday charging on the outside. Intense Holiday bearing down on Albano. Vickers in Trouble third. Intense Holiday. Albano. Photo Intense Holiday.
Intense Holiday gets up to take the photo by a nose over front-running Albano for a 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. Mike Smith up in 1:43.4. After breaking his maiden in his second start at Monmouth Park last summer, the Todd Pletcher trainee has competed exclusively in graded stakes company. In his 3-year-old debut, Intense Holiday finished third when Cairo Prince captured the Grade 2 Holy Bull Stakes. The colt by Harlan's Holiday was bred in Kentucky by Mockmer Hall and Haymarket Farm and was a $380,000 Keeneland September yearling. The current leader in Kentucky Derby points, Intense Holiday, has earned nearly $352,000 for Starlight Racing. Coming up, another photo finish in the Fountain of Youth.
Discover beautiful Ocala, Marion County, horse capital of the world. I'm Valerie Daly. Let me show you all our area has to offer. Here are a few recent listings. Laurel Mead, Paradise Palms, Dudley Farm, and Marnick. Ocala, Marion County. Come for a visit and you'll see why it's a great place to live.
Thoroughbred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Thoroughbred.
Kentucky Derby winner Orb posted 5 consecutive wins, including this signature victory.
And Orb has won the Kentucky Derby!
In the Fountain of Youth, Orb bested an undefeated Grade 1 winner and was 2/5 off the track record. Orb took the Florida Derby by storm and was made the solid favorite in Kentucky.
Have won the Florida Derby!
Orb hails from a family of successful sires and champions. Kentucky Derby and dual Grade 1 winner Orb at Claiborne Farm.
The OBS March 2-year-old sale is the Grade 1 source to the world, with undefeated juvenile champion Asia Express in Japan, Grade 1 juvenile stakes winners by Conquistadore, Secret Compass, and Bondholder, King's Bishop winner Capo Bastone, and Breeders' Cup Sprint winner Secret Circle in North America. Make plans to find your next Grade 1 winner at the OBS Selected 2-year-old sale, March 10th and 11th. OBS, we measure success by performance.
It's Painter with a powerhouse performance. Painter by far on the wire. Painter comes to the wire and he cruises to victory.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. to Gulfstream Park for 3-year-olds in the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth Stakes, won last year by eventual Kentucky Derby winner Orb. Trainer Shug McGahee had the 2-to-1 favorite this year in Top Billing. Here's the call by Larry Comas.
They're off in the Bessilou Fountain of Youth, and Commissioner goes right out to take the early lead. Wildcat Red is showing speed too, right to the outside of Commissioner, who will let Wildcat Red go and set the pace. And now General A-Rod moves up into second position, CZ is third, and Commissioner is taken back to fourth. Our Caravan fifth on the far outside. In between horses, Medal Count is after that. Then it's back to Best Plan Yet, followed by We Miss Artie along the inside. He's in front is next, and then comes Almost Famous, who's racing about 10 lengths off the lead right now. Top Billing and East Hall are at the back. Top Billing is 12 lengths off the lead. The pace is fast. They went 23 flat for the opening quarter mile. Up the back stretch, and Wildcat Red and General A-Rod are locked in battle. They are noses apart on the lead. Medal Count is 4 lengths off of them. Commissioner is down on the inside, being ridden along here. Commissioner still about 7 lengths behind. Then We Miss Artie, Best Plan Yet, right there in between horses. CZ is there. Our Caravan to the outside. Top Billing's on the rail, just inside of Almost Famous, and he's still about 10 lengths behind as General A-Rod and Wildcat Red go through a 46 1/2 mile. Their noses apart midway around the far turn. Medal Count and We Miss Artie after that. Now Top Billing goes. He's just to the outside of Commissioner. Top Billing is on the charge now. He's up into third with a 3-wide run, but it's still General A-Rod and Wildcat Red turning for home together, and Top Billing is sent after them. They're into the stretch. Wildcat Red digs in. General A-Rod. Top Billing's got work to do. Final 16th. Wildcat Red. General A-Rod. Top Billing coming, but too late. Here's the wire. It is going to be a head-bobbing finish, and it's close. Wildcat Red or General A-Rod. They were on the wire together in the Fountain of Youth.
And let's take another look at that photo finish. It's Wildcat Red with a short lead under Luis Saez. General A-Rod challenging on the outside with Javier Castellano seeking his 7th win on the card. Both runners toting 120 pounds. And Florida-bred Wildcat Red gets up to take the photo by a nose. Favored Top Billing closes into third. OBS Cells graduate Wildcat Red clocked in 141 4. Second by a head to General A-Rod in the Gulfstream Park Derby on New Year's Day. Wildcat Red stretching out to 2 turns after taking the Grade 3 Hutchison Stakes by 4 3/4 lengths. The colt by the Wildcat was a $30,000 OBS June 2-year-old. Trained by Jose Garofalo, Wildcat Red has 2 wins and 2 seconds in 6 starts and has earned $490,000 for Honor Stable Corporation. Fountain of Youth Stakes winner Wildcat Red was bred in Florida by Moro Bloodstock International and Winter Racing Enterprise. Florida breds, race him or chase him. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture.